Right. Looks like we're live, yes? Jonathan, we're live now, yeah?
Yes.
Good. Good afternoon, everybody. Just like to welcome everybody to today's show. My name is Brent Hart. I'll be your host today, along with my co-host, Jonathan. Just waiting for people to come in now. We see we're on just over 40 participants, so we're just waiting to see that if we can get that up to, say, 50 before we start.
If a woman is going to a gynecologist, she needs to stay ahead of time. I would like
if we can mute all mics there, please, Jonathan. Thank you.
Submit, admit. Or is it which one?
Obviously, guys, we need to just have your names when entering into the platform and not device names. Otherwise, we can't let you in. Okay, we're on 53 now, 54, we're climbing.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. We will listen now as we start to our co-host, Brent. Sorry, our host, Brent.
Thank you, Jonathan. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's show, brought to you by True Temperaments International, otherwise known as TTI. This is a family health show, and today's title for the show will be Remedies from Heaven. So we're going to be receiving blessings from above today. What we're going to be covering today is we're going to be learning how to make and effectively use natural home remedies. So we're going to actually be learning how to go into the kitchen and actually put together home remedies, which are going to be assisting us with boosting our immune systems, going to be assisting us with detox. And especially at this time now where we're coming into winter and we need to boost our systems for the current climate we're also in, obviously that we'll know about. So we're going to be covering some very informative information on today's show. So hope you'll all enjoy this. What I'd like to just do is read a quick disclaimer before we kick off. This is just a disclaimer on what we're going to be covering. So only a health physician can diagnose, treat, and prescribe for illness or disease. Any information disclosed or discussed today on this Zoom True Temperance International call is for educational purposes and for information purposes only. So please, can you seek to look for professional and medical advice from your general practitioner regarding any illness or diseases that you might be suffering from. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. So on today's show, we're going to be covering 3 different home remedies. The first one being a flu bomb remedy, which I'm sure we can all use it in this time that we're going into with winter. So that's going to be quite exciting. And I believe there's going to be something added to that, a bit of a bonus on steaming that's going to be done. And then what we're also going to be covering is the charcoal remedy. Knowing charcoal, that's going to be more than likely around detox. So that's going to be interesting as well. And then last but not least, we're going to be covering the onion remedy. So I'm not too sure what that's about, but that sounds like it'll be exciting as well. So for those that you don't know me, my name is Brent Hart. I don't have the qualifications that most of these hosts have that I'll be running through today with. But just a bit about myself. I'm not sure if you can tell, but mostly get mixed up with the Australians and the New Zealanders. But I'm originally from South Africa. Came over UK in August 2015, and was very fortunate to grow up in South Africa thanks to my dad, who was originally from Blackpool, and he immigrated to South Africa when he was very young. But yeah, so growing up there back in August 2015, due to sort of business reasons, I ended up immigrating over here to the UK, and I currently reside in a little town called Market Harborough in the Leicestershire area. So I'm very blessed to be out here in the country and what have you. And my background currently is in the fire and security industry. So I'm in the actual sales side, but I hold a title of relationship account manager for a company called ADT Fire and Security, or Johnson Controls. And going into how I got interested in health was, I would say, about 5 years ago now, when I really decided to get serious with my walk with God, and looking at our bodies being the temple of God. I realized that I need to really take my health seriously on the view of whatever we eat, whatever we look at alternative remedies for our bodies, and also what we can actually put together on our own, you know, instead of having to always be reliant on retail outlets and so on. So we're very blessed today to be going through these home remedies with you. So I would just really looking forward to that and seeing what the panel have got to share with us. So enough about myself. We had a challenge last week, and we would like to hand over to Jonathan now, who's going to then just cover testimonials and feedback from our challenges that went through on this week past. Jonathan, would you just like to touch on that, if you please?
Yes, thank you very much, Brent, and thank you everyone again for joining us on the TTI Family Show. We had a challenge last week. We had Alvin McQueen. He did some food demonstration for us last week. This is the time in the show when we ask people to share what they have, done during the week, or how did they find the challenge. As for last week, the challenge was to research the nutritional benefits of the different dishes that Alvin presented last week. I know in my household, my wife did the pizza and with the lentil base, and it was very, very nice. And I've also seen pictures of other TTI members, some of their dishes that they did as well, and they look really fantastic. So at this moment, I would like to give anybody else the opportunity to share with us what they've done, if they tried any of the dish, but also if they had gone and researched and find out the nutritional value of the different ingredients that was used in the dishes. If anyone like to share anything, you can raise your hand in the chat, the virtual hand, or you can unmute and I'll acknowledge you. Is there anyone? Or should I ask Sister Marie, if you'd like to share a bit, because I've seen picture, I know I'm calling on you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Jonathan. Yes, sorry, can you hear me?
Hi, Sister Marie. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. That pizza was totally delightful. We even made a second one yesterday evening because the first one went very, very quickly. And with regards to nutritional value, I'm just going to say one thing. For those people who are on plant-based diet, who cannot get their B12 from any other source but animal source, the nutritional yeast flakes, which we were to add to, that was a part of the recipe. That's a wonderful source of vitamin B12. Yes, because for people who are vegan, who are on plant-based diet, you have to get your vitamin B12 through supplementation or using things like nutritional yeast flakes. So that was a wonderful ingredient to have in that dish. And I was really pleasantly surprised how the lentils held up as a base for the pizza. So yes, was really wonderful making that. And the fact that the kids joined me to make the second one yesterday mean that they really enjoyed it. So yes, it was a really nice challenge.
Thank you very much, Sister Marie, and thank you for sharing that. I'm just wondering if there's anybody else would like to share anything. And I must say, I mean, I've seen a lot of names popping up. Seems like we have a lot of people visiting us for the first time. We'd just like to extend a warm welcome to you all. And at this time, I can see a hand in the chat. So I'd like to just acknowledge Q. Would you like to share with us? If you unmute and share with us.
Sure. Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi, Q. Thank you.
I see a lot of thumbs up there.
You're fine.
We didn't do the pizza back here, but I'm enjoying something with the cashew nut. I guess it's the cheese made from the cashew nuts. And I have my family here, some family friends, and my niece who's actually made us some cheesecake. I'm just gonna show it for a split second. Is that okay? And
that's fine.
Alvin, she needs to come to Golden Palm School because she needs to actually learn a bit from you, but she's interested in vegan recipes. Her name's Boki, she's 13, and have a look at what she just made for lunch for us. So this is vegan cheesecake.
Wow.
Look, it's in the plate because there was a lot of eating. You can see everybody back there.
Wow.
That's yummy. But this is Boki. She's 13 and she made the cake.
Thank you very much. Well done.
She's
the recipe.
We have her at Golden Palm School because I know there's a lot to be learned over there.
I think I can hear in the background, Q, someone is asking for the recipe. So maybe at some point you might want to put that in the chat for us.
Yeah, no problem. That should be something that we can work out.
Thank you very much. I thank you for sharing. It seemed like someone there is enjoying it anyway. He's not even waving to us. Thank you, Q, and thank you for sharing. I'm just wondering if there's anybody else that like to share anything. It's in the chat. This solution.
Anybody else?
Anyone else? Don't be shy. As you can see, it's a family show, and we're learning together, we're sharing together, we're growing together. And look at that beautiful family enjoying that cheesecake. So, I mean, don't be afraid to share with us if you tried anything or you actually research the nutritional value of what was in those recipes. Just wondering if Alvin is on with us today.
I'm live.
Yeah,
I'm sure you would be very interested to see how the student getting on, right?
I'm waiting.
Alvin, Alvin, I made your cashew nut and I think I was a bit overpowered. I think I overpowered it with too many cashew nuts. I'm not sure.
Just on that one, Brent. I'm gonna throw it into the room. On the cashew, you had a cashew sauce that you all did. I'm gonna share this one with you all. You had 1 cup of cashew nuts. Let me go back to the recipe real quick. You had lemon juice, you had cashew nuts, you had a 1/4 cup of olive oil, you had a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. I'm gonna throw some of the ingredients into that. So for ladies who's minding about their hips, lips, and extra bit, I'm just gonna throw this into the room.
You need to say that again, brother Brent, but Alvin, but say it very slowly.
Okay, for the ladies concentrating on worrying about their hips, lips, and extra bits, in that cup of cashews that was in there, you have 393 calories per serving. That is 18 grams of protein for 100 grams per 100 grams. So that was just in that sauce alone. So you can just move around the block and you're good. And by the way, calories, for those who are, I'm not going to get into it today, but calories is something that is not something that's going to pile on fat onto you if you're moving. So it is part of your system of functionality for the body. So you need to understand about calories, but that's another subject matter another day. In that olive oil, you also have 216 grams per serving and 35 calories per serving, and the nutritional yeast, which is the B12 which your body takes in. And then your lemon juice, you had 7 calories per serving. So when you look at that, that's just in the sauce alone. So yes, there's some background ingredients for those of you who want to go look up the raw lentils. That's some homework for y'all. I'm just waiting for y'all. I'm not telling you everything because you haven't shown me nothing today. I only saw 1 cheesecake. Thank you, Q, for the 13-year-old girl. I can't remember her name, but welcome to the school. I was zooming on you personally.
The best for last, Alvin. Look.
Woo!
It's half a pizza.
That's a fat pizza.
That's a very fat pizza, Brent. Thank you very much for that, Alvin. I may come back to you, but I just want to acknowledge a hand that I see in the chat. And that's Phil T. Would you like to unmute, Phil?
Yeah. Hello, sir. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, we can hear you, Phil. Thanks for joining.
This is Philip speaking from India.
Okay.
I'm a school teacher. I'm working in Adventist school, and I'm a school teacher, and some of my students are also joining the chat because they are taking part in health and temperance, and the topic for the high school is how to improve the nutrition value and how to improve the immunity. So they are listening to you all.
Okay.
My students are there in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
I have shared the link with them.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope as we present, they will be able to take away something that they can use.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Philip is one of my boys out of Gujarat. So this is one of my team members in Gujarat. So while I'm out in mission in India, he's one of the homes that I stop at. Give me 6 chapatis, some dal. Yeah, I'm happy to go. That's why he looks so chunky, all right? So
yes. I remember. Yep.
It's good to have you, Philip. Good to have you. And your students also.
Yeah, my students are joining today.
I'm for the food, ladies and gentlemen. I can't see 1 cheesecake, and I'm not happy. Charlene, you guys have been promising me stuff because I'm gonna hold you to ransom. Yeah. TTI team, I'm holding you to ransom, but let's do the rest of the members of the team.
I forgot to take a picture. Yeah, sorry. The kids loved it though, but I forgot to take a picture. But it is amazing how the lentils
I saw Manchester's on here tonight. Manchester.
Surely there must be one more person that want to share something or try something. I've recognized a name that's popping in, Nikki. I wonder if she wants to share something, or even Tracy.
What can we add to that cashew nut cheese to make it a bit sweet? I found the lemon was, Alvin, the lemon was a little bit, I put a lemon in, mate.
Sure.
I put a lemon and a half in because I think I put a very big cup of cashews in there. But to sweeten it up a bit, what do you think I could add?
Well, if you left the half of the lemon out, you just leave the other half of the lemon out. Just stick to the small lemon. Just that would keep it. Remember, nuts and itself also, nuts and beans. Beans have acidity. Nuts also can have an acidity if it's intermingled. So you need to all remember that. So yeah. So to the lemon, if you don't add no more lemon. Yeah, don't add no more. Okay. Yeah, keep it creamy. That's all good. I'm from Manchester. I just know Manchester went here last week. They were in their numbers, man. I know you all went over because somebody went on Thursday night with a recipe, and they were anxious and excited to see that recipe. We're anxious. I've only seen one cheesecake. Come on now, and that was not even our recipe. One cheesecake. So I'm waiting.
So I'll be waiting for another two minutes if anybody else want to share anything as Alvin anxiously wait to hear to see another cheesecake or something. 1 to 2 minutes, and then it's back over to you, Brent. Anyone else?
Sorry, Jonathan.
Hi, Louise.
Hi everyone. Happy Sabbath. Jonathan, are you guys sharing recipes on here? I've just logged in. Sorry.
Oh, we actually Alvin shared a recipe last week, Louise, and a matter of fact, about 3 dishes, and he showed us how to make those dishes, and he gave us an assignment to find out the nutritional value that was in those dishes. So, and also for people to make them and show some pictures of what they've done. So that's what we actually asking people to share at this point. Have you got something to share? You are muted.
I was gonna say, I wasn't on your program a couple of weeks ago, so you have to forgive me.
That's fine. You're forgiven. So whilst we wait, I'll just give somebody another minute who want to share, and then we shall move back to Brent.
For Q, I just want to let you know that also the lady that served the cheesecake, it looks like she's going to get the ebook tonight. So I'm going to say ebook personally to you for her so that she can have her ebook. Sorry, folks, you guys ain't ready. But while we're waiting for that another person, I want to share with you something real quick, Jonathan. Food is power. You know, I'm going to give you this quotation. It said, food is power. And we decide with every single bite we take, whether that power is working for us or against us. So I want you to understand, food is power. So ladies, if you're worried about your hips, lips, and extra bits, you must know what you're putting in your mouth. And you must check all those ingredients at all times. I'm gonna leave it right there.
I'm sorry, Brother Alvin. I forgot to mention that you had, as an incentive, you did promise to give an ebook, which I didn't remember. So unfortunately, it seems like it's only 2 people going to get that ebook. It's that young girl and Sister Marie.
Okay.
So without further ado, I'll go right back over to you, Brent, and take it away.
Great. So thanks, Jonathan. Thank you, Alvin, for your input there. Okay, guys. So I'd like to introduce our 3 presenters today, who are more than qualified, I think, to go over their home remedies, and I think you can be the judge for yourselves after I've told you a bit about them. So we're going to have Sharon Wallace, who's going to be covering the flu bomb, and apparently she's got a bonus remedy for us after that. Then we're going to have Marie Fender, who also goes as Carol Ann, who's going to be covering the charcoal remedy. And then last but not least, we're going to have Shirlene Curlew, who's going to be covering the onion remedy for us today. So just to tell you a bit about our presenters and to give you a bit of an overview on their background. Firstly, Sharon's qualifications today is she has a BSc Honours in Sports Science and Leisure Studies. She also has an MSc in Biomedical Engineering and Medical Physics. So yeah, Sharon's a physicist here today. Sharon is born and grew up in London, so she's a true Pommy. And Sharon's married. She has 3 children, and her profession-wise, she works as a healthcare scientist practitioner in medical physics. Leisure-wise, Sharon likes going for walks with her family or on her own. She likes cycling, also likes to play a bit of football, and Sharon is very passionate about health and the good of others. So Sharon, thanks for coming along today. We look forward to hearing more about your flu bomb. Then we're going to have Marie to share the charcoal remedy with us. Just to tell you a bit about Marie and her qualifications and why she's qualified to speak to us today. Let's open this, yeah. So Marie is wife to Noel Fender. She's a mother of ages 17, 13, and she had what we call in South Africa a laat lung.
Hi, Brent. I think you are muted. Can you unmute, please?
Sorry, guys. So I'd like to just introduce the host today. Obviously, you didn't get any of that. Sorry, you guys didn't get any of that, right, Jonathan? Okay. So I'd like to introduce the presenters to you today.
We reach up to the point of Marie, Brent, so you can, okay. Yeah.
So got Marie's qualifications there, yeah? Okay.
If you just start with Marie, if you just introduce Marie.
Okay, let me go over Marie again. So Marie is wife to Noel Fender and mother of 3 children, aged 17, 13, and 5 years. She was born and grew up in Jamaica, immigrated to the UK almost 2 decades ago. Marie is a primary school teacher with over 20 years experience in public school teaching. She now homeschools her children. She's also involved in Present Truth Bible studies, health and lifestyle coaching. After going through a prolonged illness, she's now recovered from that. And after recovering from illness, she's launched Eden Revive back in 2016. Since launching Eden Revive, she's got many testimonials from many people that have benefited from her ministry, and especially her detoxification programs. Marie enjoys being outdoors and especially camping. So that's also something that is very beneficial for being outdoors and for lifestyle. And she enjoys helping others, reading medical journals, and also enjoys singing. So Marie's qualifications today is she qualified in bachelor's degree, a diploma in primary education, a diploma in nutrition, and a diploma in allergy testing, which sounds very, very interesting. So Marie, thank you for coming along today. We look forward to hearing more about the charcoal remedy and how that can help, because knowing charcoal, that will help with detoxification, I'm sure. Then last but not least, Charlene. Shireen has a BSc Honours in Health and Wellbeing Nutritional Science. She's recently qualified as a herbal practitioner. Shireen was born in America and spent her early years there until she immigrated to the UK. She's married, has 2 children, aged 6 and 3. She also homeschools her kids. Shireen runs a micro business in natural skincare, herbal products that she makes on her own. And she's also in partnership as a director with a construction business who my co-host over here today, Jonathan, actually runs. Shireen says that she loves to socialize, meet with other people, enjoys walking, learning new things, and health and health benefits with others. So Shireen, thanks for coming on today to go through your onion remedy. So we'll hand over now to Sharon, who's going to be covering the flu bomb with us today. Sharon, if you'd like to go ahead and give us your presentation, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, or good morning, whichever part of the world you're in. Hello. Okay, nice to see you. Great. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at with this presentation is 2 things. A cold remedy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry. A cold remedy, which some people like to call a flu bomb. And we're going to do some steam inhalation. Okay, so for the cold remedy, I'm going to need to screen share so you can see the ingredients. So I'll just do that first of all. We'll just screen share the cold remedy. Right, so the recipe includes, we'll just make that a little bit bigger so everyone can see, and we'll move forward. Plus the arrow. Yeah, so the recipe includes, as you can see on the screen, horseradish, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of
I'm taking a picture while you're writing.
1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Can you? Thank you. Don't mix up your teaspoon and your tablespoon because you don't want a tablespoon of horseradish of cayenne pepper going in. 3 cloves of garlic, half a small onion or 1/4 of a big, 3/4 cup of honey, 3 lemons or limes, whatever you have, and a drop of peppermint. Now, when it comes to the peppermint, I know it's getting more and more difficult to find peppermint in the shops that you can ingest. I tend to find that they do it in capsules now. But if you can get the peppermint, remember it's the one that you can ingest, not just the peppermint oil that you use for aromatherapy or rubbing to making skin prep lotions. So that's your ingredients, and it's very simple. All you do is blend it together and take a tablespoon as and when required. Okay, so I'll stop the screen share now. If you want it, it will go in the WhatsApp group. So we'll just stop. Or if one of the admins wants to put it in the chat, that's fine. But there we go. So we'll take you through making it. So we'll start off with our horseradish. I'm going to be putting these into my blender. Okay, so now horseradish is very good. As a root, it's got high sulfurous essence content. It has a mucolytic and soothing effect, so that means it helps to remove mucus and it soothes the respiratory system, and it's recommended for sinusitis, bronchitis, and asthma. So in goes our horseradish. Now, if you can get hold of the actual root, then that's better. So this is 1 tablespoon of horseradish going in. The next thing going in is going to be the cayenne pepper. So that's 1 teaspoon. I'll just put it all in one go. No, it's refusing to go in. It doesn't want to leave. Strong stuff, this cayenne pepper. Okay, it affects your blood circulation. When it's added to herbal formulas, cayenne stimulates the action of the other herbs. It's used for colds, flus. It can actually stop heart attacks. It's good for bronchitis, coughs, and infections. And it can stop bleeding if it's sprinkled on a cut. So that 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, almost all gone in. Let's get the last bit. This stuff's going to be good. The next ingredient going in is garlic. Okay, so I should have 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, I'm not even going to chop them because the blender's going to do that. Oh, there you go. 3 cloves of garlic going in. But if you're doing it yourself, you may wish to chop it up a little bit finer before it goes in. Garlic's a natural antibiotic. So, garlic's a natural antibiotic and it stimulates the immune response. It can help to lower cholesterol and increase your blood fluidity. So if you've got thick blood, it can help to increase its fluidity. And it's also anti-carcinogenic. Now, the next ingredient going in is my onion. And you'll find out later why I didn't cut this in advance. Charlene will tell you a bit more about the onion. Sorry, you can't see that. So there's the onion. Because this is a kind of medium-sized onion, I'm going to use half, not a large onion. So, no, I don't have one I prepared earlier when it comes to the onion. When it comes to the onion, you just got to prepare it as you use it. So there's our onion that's going to go in next. Onion helps to loosen bronchial mucus and can help with expectoration. So, you know, if you've got a cough and you're not getting the cough up properly, onion can help with that. It's an antibiotic, it's a decongestant. Okay, I won't tell you too much about onion because that's coming up later, but it does help to break up your mucus. The next thing going in is my honey. I'm not sure if where you live you can get local honey, but I need 3/4 of a cup of honey. So I'm using my measuring cups here. That's 1/4 going in. Okay, honey contains antibiotic substances and it's used in respiratory conditions. Let me just scrape that out a bit more. There's a bit of help with my spoon. I know you can get different types of honey. This one's actually infused with, what's this one infused with? Lavender? No, this one's a rosemary one. So you can get the lavender infused honey. So that's, I just need a bit more of that going in. It's supposed to be 3/4 of a cup. That's almost the whole jar. Doesn't that look good? You see all that honey? You're gonna need that. Okay, so that's the honey going in. And I just have 2 more ingredients to go in after this. So let's just get that all in. That's 3/4 of a cup of honey. There we go. Almost there. Then I need 3 lemons. I'm just going to drop them in. No, okay. No, I'll cut it. There we go. Two. I should take this. Should I take the seeds out? Yeah, I should really. Should take the seeds out. For quickness, I'm going to leave it in, but when you're doing it yourself, take your seeds out. Okay. And the final lemon, take some of these seeds out there. 1 drop of peppermint. I like a bit more, so I've put in 3. That's me. So all of this is going to be blended together. I hope you can see that. So whichever blender you have, hopefully you've got a good one. Let's just clear some of this up because it's a bit cluttered there. Sorry about the noise there, people. Let's get all of that in there because there's some cayenne pepper at the bottom. We want that to come in there. Okay, give it a good shake. Get all of that, get all those ingredients in there. You want this to really work to help to shift the mucus that's giving you a cold. So it's a later, this remedy. Okay, that's nice and fluid, if you can see. Now pour some that into a jar. So you can keep this in your fridge and use it as and when required. So you could use it like maybe a tablespoon if you're struggling, coughing. Oh, it actually looks like a nice smoothie, but I can guarantee.
How long will it last in the fridge, Sharon?
Huh?
How long would it last once it's refrigerated?
Probably about a week.
Do you think you could freeze it?
I've never tried freezing it, but that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
You have it at hand, you know, that you can.
Yeah, that is true. I've never tried. Sorry, I've got my arms in the way. So there you go. Well, it's all food, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. Now, which camera are we on? There we go. Sorry, folks. Here we go. So it's all food. So I'm going to give it a go. I haven't got a cold, but it's good for, well, I'm just going to do it. Okay, there you go. And that is really nice. That is good. So it does have a kick, but with all those ingredients, you would have thought all that cayenne pepper might have been a bit too much, but no, it's fine. It's really good. So that's the first thing that I'm going to be doing, which sharing with you. So some of you may be using this fairly soon because it's cold season now, flu and cold season, as well as obviously everybody knows the coronavirus is around. So yeah, so there's that one for you. Now, a lot of people find that they can get quite stuffy, even if you haven't got a cold. Sometimes your respiratory system, your nasal passage could be a little bit, you know, sinusy. So one of the other good things that I'm sharing with you is steam inhalation. Those 3 lemons, I've got the peel here. So this is the peel of the lemons, and I actually had some orange for breakfast, and so I've got the peel here. So what I'm going to do is I'll go over to my cooker. I'll just ask my husband we're going to swap devices. I'll ask him to follow me with my phone. So we'll just mute this one and unmute the next one.
Are you there, Edgar? Have you unmuted?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so here we are. Here's some hot water that was prepared earlier.
Edgar, can you just turn on the other device, please? And also the camera, we've not seen.
Too close, you're too close. Okay, can you hear? Can you see now with the camera?
Yes.
You can. Okay, right. So as you can see, the steam is happening. My water is hot, and all it is just put your peel in the water. And what I should have done was got this bubbling up while I was doing the other thing. But here we go. Lots of peel going in there. I probably don't need this amount because it's not a very big pot. But it's starting to bubble up. And as you can see, there's steam coming off it. And I can smell it already. So you just need to be very careful because you don't want to burn yourself. But what you would do is allow it to bubble up and then have it what do you call it when it's not bubbling up hot heavy? You simmer, that's the word. Simmer, and already I can smell those. I can smell the essence. It's beautiful. So what you would do is do this for 5 minutes, just inhaling the steam, and then occasionally have a sniff because it might make your nose run a bit. And as you do that, you'll bring some of the oils further down into your nasal passage. So there you go. We have the flu bomb, also known as a cough remedy, and the steam is coming. Can you see the steam? Can anyone see the steam?
Yes. You
can. Okay. It's smelling good. Trust me. Okay. So thank you. I hope you appreciate these 2 demos, and let me know how you get on. I'll have a look at the chat when I've finished this, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Marie, are you next? I think you are. I'm looking forward to see. Oh, wow, this is good. I feel like staying here now for the rest of the day. Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing Marie's presentation with charcoal. So thank you very much for listening in, tuning in, and stay tuned. Bye.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon, from the Wallace's kitchen. And I think we are going all the way over to the Fender's kitchen.
Oh, this smells
or
good.
Dining room or somewhere there.
Somewhere, Jonathan, somewhere. Hello, everyone. Sorry, just trying to get now because you're going to be using 2 devices. I can see it all. I'm going to screen share and try not to get feedback at a moment. Okay, thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be presenting on charcoal and how it can be used and the benefits to be derived from charcoal. So if you allow me to share my presentation with you. Okay. Right, so I'm going to be looking at charcoal and the benefits to be derived from charcoal. And charcoal, the usage of charcoal dated way back. So it's not a new thing. Charcoal, the use of charcoal as a simple remedy for different health problems is an ancient way of treating many, many common diseases that we face from day to day. And this goes back as far as to 460 to 370 BC. So like I said, it's something that has been in use for a very, very long time. Now, the benefits of charcoal are numerous, and one author and holistic health advocate writes, one of the most beneficial remedies is pulverized charcoal, and another name for pulverized charcoal is activated charcoal. Someone else writes, charcoal poultice is most effective
when it is applied with charcoal drink, the two processes, when applied together, has a synergistic effect. You know, when we take it inside as well as applying it outside, it is powerful. It is powerful. So let's see what else we can learn about charcoal this afternoon. Now, my very first encounter with charcoal was about 23 years ago. And a friend of mine who was a holistic health practitioner was treating someone for kidney disease. And upon visiting one afternoon, she applied a charcoal poultice. When she returned the following day to remove the poultice and to put on a new one, it had a really, really bad odor. And, you know, the person who she was treating could not believe that this poultice would have smelled that badly. And all it was that the poultice had pulled so much inflammation from the kidney that it was now carrying a very, very high odor, not a very nice smelling one. About maybe 3 weeks ago, someone I was speaking to and helping with regards to their health, and I was advising her how to do a charcoal poultice, and she started doing it. And a few days later, she rang and she asked me, "It has a really bad smell. Should it be smelling that way?" And I smiled, you know, and I said, yes, because actually what it is doing, it is pulling the inflammation from the kidney. So it's quite powerful. Then I came across, this was a lady sharing her story. She's 50 years old, and she was diagnosed with abscess of the liver. This was from 1996, right? And after she did an ultrasound, they told her that she needed to have surgery. So she was quite worried about it because her family has a history of liver problem. So after she got diagnosed, she went and she spoke to a naturopath who recommended drinking charcoal 3 to 4 times each day and to apply a charcoal poultice every night. She did that consistently, and that was from about the October. She started doing that up until December, but she was quite consistent. And then she still prepared herself for surgery, went back to see her doctor, and on the day that she was due to do the surgery. And when they examined her before the surgery and then did a ultrasound, they realized that the abscess on the liver was gone and she didn't need to have the surgery anymore. So those are 2 stories I've just shared that really highlights how beneficial, you know, charcoal remedy is. And even though it's a simple remedy, it is quite a successful remedy that has been used. So what is this activated charcoal? It is produced by heating or burning wood. In some cases, it could be animal bones or coconut shell, okay, to a really high temperature, between 800 to 900 degrees Celsius. And then afterwards, it's been passed through steam to remove the carbon dioxide and all the substances. Then the term charcoal, when I'm using it today, really, it's referring to the residue, yes, that from these materials that I have just mentioned. And some people might ask, what's the difference between ordinary charcoal and activated charcoal? With activated charcoal, it's a better one because of the process of it. It has more, it absorbs more, it's more porous, and it's, what should I say, a cleaner type of charcoal because of the high temperature. So activated charcoal is processed at a much higher temperature than ordinary charcoal. And so you find that the particles or the molecular structure is different. It makes it more porous and it will absorb much better. So if you should ever try buying charcoal, always go for activated charcoal. Now, you might see on the market that there are, you know, you can even get activated charcoal toothpaste, you know, to buy, because it is said that it will help to whiten the teeth. It's good for your skin health. You will notice that there's a certain facial cleanses that you can actually, that has in charcoal and can do a charcoal mask. Like I was saying before, it's really good for the kidneys. It's also good for gastrointestinal issues. Poisoning, very, very good. And even, you know, if you should get like maybe an insect bite or anything like that, just mix a little bit of charcoal, making a paste, and apply it to wherever you've got that, maybe a sting or a bite. That would actually remove the effect that the bite will cause. Like for most people, you find that they react where the skin get really swollen. Yes. So the charcoal will actually take care of that. All right. So the benefits are numerous. These are just a few that I'm actually highlighting at this point. Now, charcoal is a powerful thing to remove toxins. Now, why am I mentioning toxins? Toxins can cause inflammation, oxidative stress, infection, and allergy. And when we think about how diseases, you know, take over our body, many times it's as a result of what? Inflammation, and sometimes because of oxidative stress, because of the free radicals that's inside our body, and because sometimes we are deficient or not having enough of, you know, things that we need to build like the antioxidants stored within our body, then we find that oxidative stress take place, and as a result we've got a high amount of free radicals in our body. Now with charcoal, right, I can see the person might not be aware of it, but AUGE, you're writing on my screen, so anyone goes by that name, AUGE, you're writing on my screen. It might not be on purpose. Okay, so okay, do allow me to prevent that from happening, please. I'm just going to clear that.
Okay, Marie, I'll sort it out.
Yes, I'm clearing that and I'm sorting it now as well. Thank you. Okay, I think I can proceed. Okay, so I think I've sorted. Thanks, Charlene.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. So, toxins can cause inflammation, oxidative stress, infection, and allergy. And I just made, there are lots more things that toxin can do, but I just want to highlight these two, that toxins actually impair your body's ability to detoxify. Again, it burdens the body, and this is the worst problem of all because this creates inflammation. All right. And charcoal, just doing simple thing like having a charcoal drink can actually remove toxins from the body. Toxins also modify gene expression. And remember that, you know, our genes switch on and off to adapt to the changes in our body and the outer environment. So if toxins are going to modify this, this can cause a significant damage to our health. And many toxins activate or suppress our genes in undesirable ways, and this does not only result in individual brain health, such as depression and dementia, but it also causes effects that can span for degeneration. You know, some people might say, I have this certain dispensation because I inherited this from my mom or my dad. But we have to remember also, while heredity loads the gun, it's the lifestyle that's actually going to pull the trigger. Okay, so just having toxin modifying our genes, it leads to things like depression and dementia. So getting toxins out of our body is really, really important, and charcoal can be used to address this. Okay, so I'm going to do a demo, but I just wanted to go through the different ways in which charcoal can help us. We can use charcoal externally for skin ulcers, wounds, face, eye, ears, and other extremities. We can use it for cancers. We can use it for animal and insect bites, like I mentioned before. Can be used internally for chemical and food poisoning, blood cleansing, and neonatal jaundice. So yes, charcoal can be given to young children. And remember, the information that we are sharing is for educational purpose only. It's always wise to check with your medical doctors, okay? So it can be used for neonatal jaundice. It can also be used as preventative medicine for things like diarrhea, fever, liver disease, and kidney disorder. Now, activated charcoal is far more potent than plain charcoal, okay? Like I mentioned about its absorbency and before, yes, it's much better. Now, the capsules, because you can get charcoal in capsules, you can get it as a powder, you can get it as tablets, all right? The capsules are twice as potent as tablets. So if you're ever to buy charcoal, always get the powder. Yes, powder is much better, and the capsules are better than the tablets. All right, and adults can safely take up to 80 to 100 grams of charcoal powder a day, and this will have no side effects, okay? Now, charcoal taken by mouth quickly absorbs in about 1 minute and carries away excess acid and other digestive juices from the stomach. Therefore, it will relieve things like heartburn, gas, and ulcers without interfering with the normal body chemistry or even your friendly bacteria. So for those of you who might be having trouble with your digestive health is under attack, charcoal is a good thing to use. But one thing to note though is that you should never take charcoal just after a meal, okay, or eat shortly after taking the charcoal. And the reason is it slows down the absorption rate of the charcoal. You'd only benefit by 50% from this charcoal. So always make sure you take charcoal on an empty stomach and don't eat straight after, because yes, you will still get some benefit, but not the full benefit from the charcoal if you have a full stomach. And charcoal drink can be given to adults, children, and babies. And just one warning here, if you're taking medication, okay, be careful, because it will actually nullify, will cancel your medication. Remember I said that charcoal absorbs toxins and all of that, and it will cancel your medication. So if you're on things like high blood pressure medication, the medication will not work if you're taking charcoal drink. All right. So newborn babies can have 1 teaspoon charcoal powder in half glass of drinking water. For children, it could be a tablespoon heap of charcoal powder, or you dilute the capsules. You can use 2 to 4 charcoal capsules if you've got the capsules, or you can use 4 to 6 charcoal tablets, and you just stir it and let it sit for about 5 minutes before drinking. For adults, it's a stronger dosage. It's like 2 tablespoons full of charcoal powder, or if you're using capsules, it's 4 to 6. Or if you're using tablets, it's 8 to 10 tablets dissolved in a glass of water. And notice that you use far more tablets than you would use capsule, because the capsule is powder. With the tablets, they've had to add other things to it to make it into a tablet. So you're not getting all charcoal, and that's why it is not as potent. Okay, in severe cases, the dosage can be doubled, but unconscious person should never get charcoal. Be given a charcoal drink. Okay, so what I've just explained to you, a charcoal drink. And really the charcoal drink is just stirring that quantity that I've mentioned in water and actually drinking it. So I'm going to demonstrate a charcoal poultice, but I've had a call from someone this week who heard me speaking some months ago about charcoal and how it's beneficial. And I don't know if it's by coincidence that she rang this week to share how she was having some problems. And she just remembered, because when she came onto the program, it was almost at the end of me speaking, but all she could remember about making a charcoal paste. And she tried it and she benefited from it significantly. So I just wonder if that person is on. I invited her on to come and share. Lesha, are you there? I'm just checking if Lesega, are you on the program? No? Right. So if she's not there, I'm going to proceed to telling you how to make the poultice, and I'm just going to actually demonstrate. So all it is, you're making a paste, but to keep the paste together, I'm going to be using flaxseed as the binder, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. And you can actually apply it external to just about anywhere on the body where you're having an issue. It could be on the arm, it could be on your arm, it could be on your neck, could be on the side of your face, it could be on the back, you know, to where your kidneys are located. Okay, so I'm going to show in a minute. Joan?
Marie, sorry, she's here.
Right.
She's here, but she needs to unmute.
Okay, so I'll just hold for her for you to for her to unmute.
Okay, Leash, you can unmute yourself.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, Lesh, and just share your story about charcoal.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Marie. Actually, yes, last few weeks I had a flu which I didn't understand, but what surprised me, I developed boils under one of my armpits, and one boil under the other one after I got healed with the one which was terrible. And I didn't understand how can a flu brings lots of boils under my armpits. And I was in pain. I didn't have high temperature, but I was feeling cold and hot at the same time. I felt miserable. I didn't know what to do. And I said, look here, you know, before I can go to the hospital, I have to do my part. I have to pray. And I remembered that few months ago, I had Marie in her presentation in the Health and Last Day Ministry. She talked about charcoal paste, but because I joined very late, I didn't hear everything. Then I started to make charcoal paste. Then I put it under my armpits where it was really terrible. I couldn't even sleep well. And I was so shocked that the first night, the following morning, I felt so much better. And I wasn't feeling cold nor hot at the same time. Fever was gone. And I said, wow, I said to my son, wow, brilliant. This is magic. If there's magic, if it's true, there's magic. But to me, it's a miracle from God. Then I started to use it every morning and in the evening. If I'm around the house, I haven't gone outside the house. I started to apply it 3 times. Then in 3 days, there was a complete change. Believe me or not, I'm not saying people shouldn't go to the doctors. I'm not saying people shouldn't take tablets, but I decided out of my own choice not to go to the hospital, but to remember the charcoal paste. Then within 5 days, those boils were completely cleared. But I was only worried, where did they dissolve to? Where did they go? Then I called Marie. I said, Marie, I use charcoal paste and it works like a miracle. And the other armpits developed one boil, which was getting me sick. I did the same thing. I was so shocked. In the morning, it was gone. Thank you. I hope it will benefit you somewhere. Thank you, Mary. Keep it up. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Lesh, for sharing your testimony with us of how you have used charcoal. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Yes, we can hear you, Sister Mary.
Making sure that
I think you just need to stop.
Okay, charcoal is quite messy, so I just want to make sure that I'm doing it in the kitchen. All right. Okay. Can you all see very well? Jonathan, tell me. Can you see?
Yes, we can see, Sister Mary.
Okay. Right. So I'm in the kitchen now. It's quite messy, charcoal, so I'm doing it in the kitchen. Right. So I've got on my tray some activated charcoal powder, and I've got here some flaxseed. Can I just say, just point this out? My flaxseed is already, I've already grinded the flaxseed, but we should never grind flaxseed and put it down because it gets rancid quite easily. If you are using flaxseed and you've got an excess amount of flaxseed, do just put it in a container and put it in your freezer. It will never go off and it will never get icy. So that's something about flaxseed, it will never get icy. So I've got some flaxseed here and I'm just going to show you how you can actually use the charcoal and the flaxseed together to make a poultice, all right? So if you've got something like this, just a normal coffee grinder, okay, you can actually just put in your flax seeds in there, grind it when you need to use it, but never grind it and put it down. It will lose its property. Okay, so I'm going to be taking, I'm not going to make a big batch. How much you make is dependent on the area that you're going to cover, how large an area you're going to cover. So if you're just going to do, for example, just over your arm, just think about the area that you're going to cover and just make enough to cover it. What you want to do is make to cover, the thickness should be about 1/4 of an inch, the thickness of the paste, and 1/4 of an inch and enough to spread to cover that area. So it's going to be 1 to 3. So it's usually 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, grounded flaxseed, to 3 tablespoons of charcoal, all right? But I'm not going to use that portion just because I don't have a direct use for it now. So all I need to do, I'm just going to take 1 tablespoon of the flaxseed. I'm just putting my bowl here. And then I should have changed spoon, sorry. I'm just going to take a 1/3 of a spoon, for example. I'm just judging just for the moment. Yes, about a 1/3, because it's 3 teaspoons that will make a tablespoon. All right, and then I'm mixing. I don't want the charcoal all over, so I'm just mixing it first. And then I'm pouring a bit of water. All right, and then just stir it slowly because you don't want it everywhere. Okay, and it will take a little bit of time to mix in because the charcoal will sit on top. All right, so just be gentle and patient while you're doing it, and mix. All right. Right, and there's me. Okay, and you just keep mixing that. And because the water is a little bit cold, perhaps I could have used a little slightly warmer water, but because the water is cold, you can see it will take a little while before the flaxseed start gelling into it, but you can see it coming together now. I'm trying to speed this up. So just remember the portion, 1 to 3. Okay. And notice it's a little bit watery now, but it will become jelly in a little while. Okay, it really needs to sit for about 20 minutes for it to come. And you can see that it is quickly absorbing the water and it's getting to be jelly. Okay. Okay, so you want about this consistency. Can you see where it's not too messy? If you just use the charcoal by itself, it's going to be powdery, and wherever you apply it, it's just going to get really, really messy. So that's kind of like a charcoal poultice. There are other ways you can make it, but this is one of the simplest way that you can do it. So there goes my charcoal poultice using the flaxseed. Now, the second thing that you need to do, which I kind of did one before, so I'll show. After you've made your paste, what you need is 2 bits of cloth. Actually, maybe I should just cut a new one. So just think about how much is the size that you need for the area that you're covering. So you've got the bit of cloth, and you will need 2 pieces. You will need 2 pieces. So all you need, this is my cloth, or you could use, you know, thin cloth, or you could even use napkins, all right? And then you're going to spread the paste on it, the poultice on it, all right? Okay, I don't really need to. Okay, so you spread the poultice on it. Okay, you want to keep it away from the edges, because once you start strapping it on, then it's going to kind of squeeze about 1/4 inch thick, the thickness you need. Okay, I'm rushing, so I should be a little more careful not to get too close to that end. And then you're going to get another bit and put over it. Okay, after you've done that, you're going to use a cling film or a glad wrap. Okay, you can take that up and put it like so. Notice I've kept the edges clear. And then you could what you do, you will put this on the area that you want to cover. All right, like so. Notice the cling film is under there so that it won't actually get too messy and won't mess up your clothes. Now, I wish I had a volunteer. Noel, you come and maybe I could use your arm. All right, so Noel's going to help me out. So imagine that I need to cover on his arm. It's simply there. Just cover it all around. Yeah. Okay. I hope you're all seeing that. And then I just get some more cling film, glad wrap, where it depends on where in the world you are, and just wrap it on like that. Yeah, not too tight because you don't want to impair the circulation. Yeah. So just like that, and there, the charcoal poultice is in place. All right, and you can just go on to do your business as normal. Okay, so the next thing would be a charcoal drink. All right, and just for demo, I'm just going to use, all right, I'm just going to use, I've got that spoon, so I'm just going to use a tablespoon, but just simply, teaspoon rather, but no, just remember the quantities I mentioned in the slide, but just for demo, you just put it in simply, get the water, 1 tablespoon, I'm just using a teaspoon, actually, let me do it correctly for those who are watching. It's 3 teaspoons that make a tablespoon, so I'll just put a bit more and a bit more, because I'll actually drink this afterwards. And I can't smile if I drink it straight away, and I'll just get a bottle of water to fill it up, some more bottled water. Yeah. About a cup of water, yeah. And I'm using this jar because it's contained. If you start stirring, then it's going to get the powder all over. So I'm using a jar. take that and simply put that to your charcoal drink, and I'll just gulp that down afterwards. Yes, I won't drink that because you know what's going to happen. It's going to be all over my nose and my face. I know. So it's simple. And remember, the power of charcoal is quite powerful. If you're dealing with an issue and you're using charcoal, you can do it internally. You can also do it externally. And if you're treating something internally and you are like applying poultices as well, you know, you drink it and it's doubling the effect, and you will, like the story I shared at the start, you will see the benefit and how God can work through these simple remedies that are given, you know, to help to restore our health. So I hope you all learned something from that demo and that you'll have a try, even if you're not, you know, I mean, unwell. Remember we talk about how charcoal binds toxins? It's a powerful thing to help to maintain health. Okay, God bless you. It's over to you now, Jonathan and Brent, or Shirley, that is.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Marie. That was informative. I never knew charcoal had so many benefits. Thank you very much. If we can hand over to Charlene.
Yes.
Great.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be with you all again. I'm going to screen share. I'm going to be talking about something we all know, and I'm sure we've all, well, we use day to day. Let me just screen share. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the onion, something we use on a day-to-day basis, and something that has nutritional value, that is packed with nutrients. So the health benefits of onions, they're packed with nutrients, and onions are nutrient dense, meaning they're low in calories, but they're high in vitamins and minerals. They may benefit heart health, loaded with antioxidants, contain cancer-fighting compounds, help control blood sugar, may boost bone density, have antibacterial properties, and may boost digestive health. Now, Sharon did the flu bomb, and she didn't cut these the stems off prior before she was doing the remedy. And the reason why is because onions can immediately go bad as they attract bacteria. So if you were to cut an onion and leave it, it will basically just suck all the bacteria. If you have a cold or a virus or anything like that, it will absorb it. Whatever's in the air, it will absorb into the onion. And that's why you should never use reuse an onion that you've cut and left it. You should never use it again for cooking or whatever you might use it for. You must, if you're cooking, just cut it how much you need. Well, actually use the whole onion. So it's probably better to use small onions than big, large ones and saving them, because they attract bacteria, and all you're going to do is just basically eat a bacteria onion, if you want to call it that, a bacteria onion. So it's always best to just use the whole onion when you're cooking. Let me see how to do this.
It's G something. Just call them up.
Okay.
Call them up.
I've done it. Right, okay. So that's why you should never use it. So that's why Sharon, prior, she did not cut it and leave it. She cut it when she was using it because they attract bacteria.
Shirley?
Yes, Edgar? Hello?
Right, he was going to tell you about the pen.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yes, so that's why. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, so I've got a big onion and I don't want to use the whole onion when I'm cooking. I just want to use a little bit. What can I do? So what if you have leftover onions? What can you do? And I will show you what you can do. So let me just stop sharing. Right. So.
Can't see your camera, Charlene.
Can you see that?
No.
I can't see your camera, Charlene.
Oh, it's yours. It's yours. Isn't it?
Charlene, you're muted. On one device.
Hold on. Is that better?
Yep. Yep.
When you're trying to work with so many devices. So, right. So let's see. So you can see that. Okay. So the first one I'm going to do is a cough syrup. So with this cough syrup, I've got my jar. Let's put it there. So I've got my jar here. And then what I'm going to do, I am going to cut this onion. So I'm going to start cutting it. And then I'm going to place this in the jar. You can just do them in big chunks, little chunks. You can do it however you want to cut it up. Just cut it and put it in a clean mason jar. You can put it in an empty honey jar or whatever glass jars that you may have. So I'm just going to cut it and put that in there. So I just used half an onion, and I'm going to use this onion for something else, but I'll just use half an onion in the jar. And then what I'm going to do, this is my romaine honey for one of my friends that's actually on this line. She gets it straight from Romania and organic. If you want it, just let me know. But this is romaine honey and 100% organic. So I'm going to put this in the jar. Honey and onions have antibacterial properties, and they contain many nutrients, a lot of nutrients, such as zinc, niacin, magnesium, potassium, and many more. All right, so let me just, I will share the recipe in the chat once I've finished.
Send the link to them and they're asking for it.
Oh yeah, I'll send the link for the honey as well. So I'm going to put some honey in there. And then the last ingredient would be the lemon. So I'm going to put 1 lemon. Yes, and then I'm going to get my juicer and just squeeze the lemon to get the juice.
Oh, it's cold.
And these remedies, these remedies are so easy. Even children can do these remedies as well. So the 1 lemon is going into the jar as well with the honey and the onion. I'm actually going to do one more. I'm going to do 1 more lemon actually. But I think I've got too much onions in there. So it depends on how much onions you've got, depending on how much lemons you'll need, or even how big the onion is as well. So I'm squeezing another lemon and putting the juice in the jar. There we go. And look how quick and simple that is. So if you got leftover onions, just put some in a jar, put some honey, put some lemon, give it a twirl and leave it in a nice warm place. So what you could do is probably wrap a tea towel over it, around it, and then place it somewhere, maybe in your room. Because it's winter time now, I'm sure some of our heating is on. So you can just put it in a room somewhere so it's nice and warm. And then what you'll do the next day, you'll strain it, and then you'll drink this solution 3 times a day. So that's one. And then the other one is a very simple one. I'm going to cut another onion because I want it as circles. And what you can do with this one is when you have a cold or a chest infection. So this, I wanted it in circles and I ended up cutting it in half. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I ended up cutting it in half, but never mind. So with this one, you can put it in what's this called? A muslin cloth. You can put it in a muslin cloth and just chop up some onions and place it in the muslin cloth like this. Thank you. In a muslin cloth like this, and then you can rubber band it like that. And then what you'll do, if this was warm, the onion, because you can actually, let me see if you can see me. You can, with the onion, you can steam it so it's warm. And that way, when it's warm, when you put it on your chest, or it might be your ear infection or chest infection, what it does, the heat will penetrate into the skin and it'll open up the pores. So the juices of the onion will actually go into your skin, into your body. So I actually like the warm method, but this is actually a quicker method where you can just have it like that, and you can place it on the ear, or you can place it on the chest, or wherever you'll need it. So that's another way that you can use leftover onions. And another way would be, let me do it this way. Another way would be with the onions. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but you can put it underneath your feet. So when you have a cold, you'll place it, when I can your feet. So this is my feet. This is an onion. Place it there. And then I'm drawing my daughter's socks over my hands. And then it's flat like that on the feet. Like that. And that is a simple remedy as well. Onions has been used for years when it comes to medicinal properties. So you can do it underneath the feet when you have a cold. You can put it on the chest when you have an infection, or on the ear. You can do it as a syrup and just drink it 3 times a day. And I'm sure there was another way as well that I was going to say. Oh yes, and this. Those in the UK, I'm not sure if they have it anywhere else, but I think they do actually. Aldi actually has these bags, and it's for fruit. But this is Shirley's bag for when she's doing poultices and so forth. So it's a handy little bag, and it's drawstring. So you can get these at Aldi as well. A nice little thin mesh bag. I don't know if anyone's seen that before, but you can get that. Very cheap to buy. Just get it and use it as for your poultices and so forth when it's needed. Or you can use it as a milk bag as well. But yes, simple remedies, very quick to make. Children can do it and make it as well. And things that you can gain very easily over the internet. Okay, thank you, Brent. Over to you and Jonathan.
Thank you, Celine. I'm also thinking you've got something called DMSO, which is a carrier which penetrates into your pores. So to maybe administer the DMSO with the onion, and that then carries the onion actually through the pores into the skin and then actually into the bloodstream, would be another good one to make the onion actually more effective and actually for that to enter into your bloodstream. I know that DMSO, you can Google that, DMSO, it's got quite a technical term, dimethyl-sulfoxide, DMSO. So if you guys can Google that, and it's on the internet. Well, thanks, guys. That was very informative. Thank you for going through all of those. I'm sure we can all benefit from that this coming winter. And if we've got any issues, especially with the charcoal and what have you. Jonathan, I know that we had this challenge last week, so we've gone over that. So I'm not sure if you're wanting to now go on to Q&A and questions and answers and so on.
Yes.
You on a bit of an echo there? Jonathan, you're on mute.
I have a challenge.
Sorry. Yes, Brent, we did do the testimonial before. And a lot of the question that, or popping up in the chat. I can see our members are really active in trying to answer them. But yes, we can take a few questions, and also to the presenters, as Sharon just mentioned, if you guys want to set some challenges for next week, we can do so. We can either take the question first and then the challenge after.
Can I ask a question now?
Yes, you may go ahead.
The question is actually to Sharon Wallace. When she was making the flu remedy, she mentioned that the seed of the lemon was to be taken out. Is there a reason for that?
Sharon?
Okay, there may be, and I'm not sure. So if in doubt, leave it out. Okay.
What I would say, my experience with lemon seed, because I do use lemon in my cooking, and I had before in the past accidentally put it in the pot and chew on it. And what I do know, it's very bitter. So it didn't kill me, but it's very bitter. So it might be that you want to leave it out.
But is there any nutritional value that come with the lemon? Because normally if I'm making like a little flu job or something, I would normally use my lemon seed. I just grind up everything. So I don't know, is like if there is any nutritional value or.
Have you had any adverse effect?
No. I think it was I benefit from it when I use it.
So currently, I think what Sharon is saying, she's got no scientific evidence at the moment, or she haven't had any experience with it, so she wouldn't want to start advising people to go ahead and use it. It would totally left to one discretion whether or not they use it. Is that what you're saying, Sharon?
And like you said, it doesn't kill you.
The lemon seed has natural cyanide in it, and the tribe in the call it forest, they chew up all their seeds, and they're the only tribe on this planet that don't suffer from cancer because the cyanide cancels it.
All right, great.
Thank you for that, Dale. Anyone else?
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Yes, you may go ahead.
Right. Same question to Sharon.
Sharon.
Yes. I wonder if you used a wax-free lemon, you can add the whole lemon, because the oils in the peel are curative, I think. I believe so. I'm just asking if she knows anything about that. I mean, does she have any comment on that or not? It's just that we were taught years ago to do a natural penicillin using whole lemon, whole orange, and whole this, but using the peel in addition. So I don't know what her comments are on that. Does she recommend it, or what does she feel?
Okay, yes, I do agree that it's fine to use the lemon skin if it's unwaxed. But I was using my lemon peel for the steam inhalation.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And
yes.
Also, I have done the flu bomb with the lemon skin on. I wouldn't use orange skin, but I would use, if I'm using grapefruit, I would use the grapefruit peel. Grapefruit, but then that's when you're boiling the lemon, you're boiling the grapefruit and blending the whole lot together. This isn't being boiled, so I'm not sure if the lemon peel would be very tasty, but obviously your food is your medicine. You're not eating for the taste. you're eating for the benefits, the medicinal benefit. So for the, sorry.
That thing that we were taught to do, it had all the ingredients that you had, you know, like peppermint, oil drops, etc. And it's very good. You just blend it and it tastes fantastic, actually.
Excellent. Well, that's great. So so there you go. We all learn together. And I know that the lemon peel is fine, but not everybody is able to get access to unwaxed lemons.
Unwaxed,
so,
yes.
So I suppose for that reason, you may not wish to use the skin, but if you do, by all means, there's healing properties in nature. So let's make the most of it and not throw away the goodness.
Thank you.
Yeah, also another one with the lemon peel. What you can do is you can put a whole lemon in the fridge, freeze the lemon, and then grate the lemon peel actually over your food.
Right.
And that actually enhances the flavor of the food by just grating lemon peel over your food. And you can put the rest of the lemon back in the freezer and then use that as you please.
One other benefit of lemon is that the vitamin C in your foods helps with absorption of iron. So many people are deficient in iron, and wondering, I'm eating all this iron-rich food, but my iron levels aren't going up. And it could well be that you need to combine that with some vitamin C. So whether you're having it in your bell peppers or some other form of using food to increase your vitamin C whilst you're having iron.
Thank you very much, Sharon, for that answer and the other contributors. Can I just acknowledge Louise at this time? I see Louise had her hand up. Did you want to ask a question, Louise?
Can I ask a question, please? I'm not Louise. I've got a question to ask. Is anyone know about the remedy for period pains? I'm just asking for someone else who is in pain.
Okay.
Sorry, could you repeat that question, please?
Yes, I'm asking for a remedy for period pains. Someone has got terrible period pains. I'm just asking if someone knows something to cool it down.
I would recommend that you consult with somebody privately, and one of our members and TTI would be able to address that. So if you want to put your details or a message to one of us privately, and then we'll refer that to the right person.
Okay.
Is that okay?
How can I
Can I say an experience here?
Yes.
I was running a course on CHIP, and we had somebody who had those issues. Her problems were fibroids causing the pains, etc. And halfway the course, the period pains were gone.
Okay.
And that means, and CHIP is all the same thing as what happens here. It's a lifestyle where you know your diet is mainly plant-based. And I think plant-based diet does a wonderful thing towards many illnesses, many.
Okay.
Not just the chronic diseases alone, but many other things. It's an experience. It's just an experience. That does not mean I think it's best if, like the brother said there, if you join and ask, and have a consultation, one-to-one consultation. I think that would help you.
Thank you. Please do consult. We don't just want to issues what you call it, remedies or solution to these problems, when it could be a range of things that causing the problem. So we are asking you, personal issues like those, please do consult, and we can look at the whole person rather than treat that situation in isolation to the person's lifestyle and so on and so forth. At this time, can I acknowledge Louise's question? Louise?
I was just going to say, in regards to I was just going to say, I saw a question on your thing. It was in regards to honey.
Okay, go ahead.
And it was saying, is honey vegan? Of course, honey comes from the bee, so we can kind of work that one out. I think it was Brother Alvin that kind of answered that. So honey comes from the bee. And there was another question that says, what about the trauma that's caused on the bees in regards to getting the honey from them and so forth? If you are a proper beekeeper, if you have a proper beehive and you're looking after your bees properly, in terms of not feeding them sugar, in terms of not allowing them to be moved around from place to place, if you're doing that with your bees, then you shouldn't have a problem. Your bees are meant to just do their job naturally. So when bees do their job naturally, they make their honey naturally and there's no effect on bees. That's what bees do. So there is no effect on bees if you're treating your bees properly and not feeding them a whole lot of rubbish as well, because people do that. Can't hear you.
Jonathan, you're muted.
Brent, over back to you.
Yes, thanks, Jonathan.
Yes,
also with the very staunch vegans, they say that the bee, obviously an animal, and it's excretion from the animal, so that's why they don't eat the honey. But
muting this woman,
obviously sugar is is not good for our bodies, so it's a bit of a thin line there. But it's each to his own, I suppose, isn't it?
Is Eileen or Irvin? The hand challenge.
Yes. So, Jonathan, what have we got on for?
We just want to acknowledge someone else who wants to ask a question or say something, Brent, and that's Irene.
Mm-hmm.
You can unmute.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I joined a bit late, and I heard someone talking about boiling the lemon peel and the grapefruit peel and the blend. What is it used for?
Sharon?
Okay, when I did the grapefruit and lemon peel boil and blend, there were other ingredients that I added, and this was to make what's called nature's penicillin. There is a full set of ingredients for that. I haven't got that at my fingertips now, but I could look into it and it could go in the chat. But I've got a suspicion that that might be coming up next week on the show as well. I have a suspicion, because next week's presenter is Danella.
Is it same time?
Yes, it's all UK time 3 till 5. But I do have a challenge if you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sharon. Can we take the challenge? And after you do the challenge, I'd just like to make some announcement.
Okay, yes, you can take the challenge, Jonathan. I'm looking forward to you taking it. Okay, so everybody, we did speak a little bit about lemons and the benefits of this wonder fruit. Here we go. Here's one for you, one I have prepared earlier. Okay, now lemon, as we all know, lemon is something that's acidic, but it's a marvelous fruit in that when it's inside your body, it alkalizes your body. So when your body's alkalized, the environment is such that sickness is very difficult for sickness to survive in an alkalized body. So lemon is a great tool for detoxing. So the challenge I'm going to set is a lemon detox. And the way you do this is it's a 14-day challenge. So you can tell us halfway next week how you got on. And by the end of the 2 weeks challenge, then you can let us know how you really got on. So you start off with 1 lemon on day 1. So basically you cut it, you juice it, and you drink it neat. If you have to have it with water, okay, have it with water. But really you want to have that lemon, and to avoid you affecting the enamel on your teeth, you could use a straw take it to the back of your mouth, drink it, don't choke on it, and then have your lemon. And each day you're going to increase your lemons by 1 up to day 7. So by day 7, you should be knocking back 7 lemons. And then you're going to, like a pyramid, just gradually decrease till you get back to 1 lemon. Now, lemon will work with your system. So if you have some, I don't know, if you have cold, well, here we go. I've got a gathering of lemons now. Husband's bringing me them all. If you do have a cold, you may find, or you've got toxins in you, you may find that your body will, the mucus will increase to try and remove the toxins from your body. So you may find that you've got a bit of a runny nose as you're halfway through the challenge. What time of day to take the lemons? Well, go for it in the morning. It'll put a zing in your step and wake you up. Then at least once you know you've done it, you've done it. Okay. If you are concerned about so many lemons, and you may wish to consult your doctor before taking that if you're on any particular condition. But if anyone would like to back me or come on, one of the other admin team would like to speak about having too much lemons, but I know people have had plenty, I've had plenty, and I've been fine. So that's the challenge. So it's a lemon challenge, lemon pyramid. Can you just put it, sorry, go ahead.
So should the lemon be consumed best on its own without mixing with water, or should you just try and consume
Either way. So yes, your lemon, the amount of lemons you'll be getting through the week will be quite a lot, but it's to detox. So, you know, you could spend a lot of money going to a centre to detox, or you could just do it yourself.
You could make a tea out of it then in the morning, just a lemon.
You could make a tea, but it's you still got to get through those lemons. So you just got, it's a lot of it is the mind as well. You've got to get your mind to say, I am taking this. This is going to be my medicine. It's called a challenge for a reason. It's just like when I do my cold water showers. Again, I've got to get my mind to just say, Sharon, you're going for it. So my husband,
Sharon, you can also add your water then for the day that you're drinking.
Yes, you can help. You can use that to help you get your water contents down. So what's Edgar doing with the lemons?
7 of them.
Okay, he's just lining them up. He's just playing.
Can I ask a question, please?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're saying we should take 1 lemon first day and increase it.
So yes.
So 1 today, 2 or 3 the next day, up until 7 days, then you decrease it, or 14 days, then you come back down from 14 days.
No, you take it up to day 7. So 1 week. So day 1, 1 lemon. Day 2, 2 lemons. Day 3, 3 lemons. Day 4, 4 lemons, etc. Up to day 7, and then you go back.
Okay.
So you end up with just having 1 lemon.
So how many lemons are you?
Okay. For 2 weeks.
So a bit of homework. How many lemons in 14 days will you consume?
21.
Oh, there you go. Keep going. I don't know. My maths aren't that good.
No, it's not. It's more than 21.
It's 14.
I'll put myself under pressure.
It's more than 21.
Okay, don't worry about it. Let the children work on that one.
A quick question with the
28 lemons.
Yes, that's right.
How many?
Oh no.
28.
28 lemons.
28 lemons. 28.
No. 1, 2,
28 lemons.
28 lemons.
4.
Just a quick question.
No, it's more than that.
The lemons.
28 lemons.
56.
Can we,
28.
hello, can we have some order? So Sharon, there's a question for you from Michelle. Would you like to go ahead and ask your question, Michelle?
Yes, thank you. When we're drinking this lemon juice in the morning, to detox, then what is basically our diet for the next 2 weeks? Because if we're drinking this without water, we're just drinking the lemon, and then what, so many hours afterwards you drink water afterwards? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how the detox is.
You can drink the water with your lemon if that's your desire. But when I did it, I just took the lemons neat. So if there's another person on the platform, Louise, could you step in and say what you would recommend?
Well, I've done it on both ways. I do it both ways. So the maths actually for the lemons is wrong. So it's not, I'm not going to give the answer if that's the answer that you're asking for. So I won't give the answer. But if you don't get tricked by the 28 and then you add the 28, that doesn't work. So, so just be wise with that. But with the lemon water, you can use it, just squeeze your lemon and put it in the water and drink it every day. Or you can just take it straight. I've taken it on both ways, and it does take a bit of use to get into. But once you've done it, it's really quite easy. And it just seems like a whole liter lemon, but it's good. It's a very good way.
Sorry. I have no problems with lemon. I love bitter stuff, and I can drink it neat. I suck lemons all the time. That's not a problem. But what I'm trying to understand is, if it's for detox, what else do we do, you know, in accordance with your diet that particular for the next 2 weeks? Do we change anything? Do we do anything else? Because I know drinking that much lemon for me, then during the day I have to make sure I have plenty of, you know, water just to keep myself not getting too acidy or my urine not too strong. So I just was wondering if, like, do you just make maybe fruit salads, not a lot of cooked food, because you're trying to detox? That's why I'm just trying to see what else you're working with the lemon.
Okay, well, one of our challenges in a few weeks ago, months ago, was to have the water, to do the water challenge. And that was just so that we're getting our bodies used to drinking sufficient water that we need, that our bodies require. So those of you who've continued with the water challenge, then this will be not a problem for you. If it's going to encourage you to drink more water, then great. In terms of what your diet would be, well, we're all working towards having a better diet. I'm not telling everybody what they should and shouldn't eat, but we are working towards having a better diet, a healthier diet. So fruits are going to be great. Salads are going to be great. Just things that you know that are going to be toxic foods. Well, just try not to counteract the effect of what you're doing. So, you know, you're not going to have like go through a box of Quality Streets and, oh, sorry, I shouldn't be naming brands. Shouldn't be, you know, you're not going to go through a box of chocolates and loads of biscuits and cakes, because that's going to counteract the effect of what you're trying to achieve. So you're just going to try and eat healthy throughout the week, 2 weeks.
At this point, can I just ask Jason to come in at this point if he wants to contribute anything regarding?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. In regards to the question, Michelle, valid question. Look, it's a very good cleanse. The lemon cleanse is very good, but there's one thing, a few things that you need to know about it. One, if your kidneys are not working, don't do it. If you got any problem with your kidneys, don't do it. It can rip your kidneys apart. If it's kidney stones, there's a way how you use it to remove kidney stones. But if your kidneys are not functioning well, you got kidney disease, you want to abandon that very fast. So make sure your kidneys are working, because that's going to just rip your kidneys apart. All right. One, so that's a caution. If you have a kidney problem, then do consult or check it out before you go further. Using it neat, you can use it neat, or you can mix it with water. The best way to do it is, if you're gonna use it neat, is use it neat, and then after you drink it you drink your water almost immediately afterwards to help to make it not too strong. Okay, you said that, as you said, that when you take in lemon, what it does, it's acid outside the body. When it mixes with your enzymes, it becomes alkaline. So you can imagine, if you use it at such a large quantity, you're gonna push your body to one extreme, and then your body's gonna have to try and bring back homeostasis in whichever way. So you wanna do it in a way that you don't force your body in one direction too much, which is gonna force it to pull on resources to bring it back into homeostasis. Okay, so that's a next thing. So when you do it, do so, but bear in mind that it is better if you drink some water afterwards to help with the dilution, so it's not too much of a strain in your system, bringing it back into homeostasis. Also, you don't want to be using too much toxic food, as Sharon was saying. You want to have a very simple diet. Okay, all these things are good. If your body is healthy, your body can deal with the adjustment of the homeostasis. But if you have certain health condition, it could end up being quite painful, and cause a little bit of distress on your system. So do make sure your organs are in good working order if you want to get the best benefit of a lemon cleanse. Stay on a simple diet. Do drink a lot of water when you're on it as well. That's advisable. And make sure your organs are working properly, especially the kidney.
Thank you so much, Jason. I knew there'd be somebody out there that could help us out with this. Bless you.
Thank you very much, Jason. So the challenge for the week is, Sharon, recapping, 1 lemon to start with, a lemon cleanse. And every passing day, we increase by 1, right? Until we reach to 7, and then we do it in reverse order. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that correct?
However, if you remember,
56 lemon.
Yes, you are correct.
I agree with you.
56 lemon for 2 weeks.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Yes, you are correct.
Yep.
just remember the caution. If you do have problems with your health, then especially your kidneys, then don't go through it. And if you've got other health issues, speak to your GP.
Sorry, Jonathan.
Go ahead, Louise.
28 lemons for 1 week, and then you reverse, so you'll start taking 6 the next day and not 7 the next day, so it actually comes to 49.
Okay. There's some mathematician out there.
Yes, 49.
Wow.
49.
I'd just like to at this point acknowledge Joseph. I can see you raising your hand, Joseph. You'd like to ask a question? No? So guys, just to let you know, we will be starting a series soon, maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks, on cancers. And
20, 30, 42, 49.
Please, can you unmute the person that's counting their lemon?
Yes, thank you. Yes, like I was saying, we'll be starting a series in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and that will be on cancer. You know, there are plenty cancers out there, and that will be led by Jason. And our speaker for next week, I think our speaker will be Danella, and she will go further into the colds and flu. Is that correct, Edgar?
Yes, good afternoon, Jonathan. I believe that is correct. So we're praying that everything will be okay, and she should be doing the program next week.
May I ask a question? Can I go on with my question?
Okay, Joseph, I'll come back to you just now. I'll just finish and come back to you just now. We'll have Danella next week, and she will be touching on the colds and flus. And I think the week after we should have an exciting presentation as well, and that will be touching on the brain. I think we'll have Q, who will be presenting for us. Are you on the call, Q?
Yes, I am. It will be media on the brain and the effect of media on the brain.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit more, Q, or we'll leave them in suspense?
Well, certainly just a little bit, just to say, we are now surrounded by more media than we've ever been in history, and that is having an effect on our brain. And sometimes we don't realize what that is doing to us as humanity, and what that does to our spirituality, and what that does to our development cognitively. So we'll be looking into all of that.
Thank you very much.
And what to remedy it, beg your pardon, how we can practice temperance, as this is, true temperance indeed.
Thank you very much, Q. And just to say to everybody else on the call who may just be joining us for the first time, we do have a WhatsApp group, couple WhatsApp group actually. We have a men WhatsApp group and we have a female WhatsApp group. You are more than welcome to join, where we share tips and we share different things, ideas and recipes and stuff on there, and we try to encourage people to look after their health. So if you do want to join, please leave your number in the chat, or we can put the link. Just indicate to us in the chat and we'll put the link in there that you can join these app. So I'll just take Joseph's question and then I'll hand you back over to Brent.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I have a 14-year boy. He is complaining of the backache, the lower backache. My suspect is that has been carried. Their school bag, it's heavy. When they go to school, they carry a lot of books, and they are walking on it. Where they drop it from a taxi, they have to walk about a kilometer or so. So he's now complaining of severe pain on the backache. Can there be any natural remedy which I can help on him?
May I just ask you where you coming on from, Joseph?
From South Africa in Eastern Cape.
So as you can see, we do have some medical missionaries down there, and a doctor, Dr. Louisa and Jason Williams. So what I would suggest to you is for you to consult with them, and they will be able to point you in the right direction. Is that okay?
Okay, they are here in South Africa?
They are there in South Africa, yes.
Where are you situated, Joseph?
Eastern Cape in Mthatha.
Okay, yes, well, they're in Durban, so a bit of away from you.
Yes, about 500 kilometers away from me.
I'm sure if you consult with them, they will be able to help you.
Okay, all right.
So
how can I get hold of them?
We will put the information as we speak is in the chat. So you can, if you just look at the chat, you will see the information there.
Okay, thank you.
Kwamali Institute of Wellness, if I pronounce that correctly. It's there. You can contact them through there. Is that okay? Over to you, Brent.
Brilliant, thank you, Jonathan. Well, guys, I hope we all enjoyed today's program. I'm sure we got a lot of value from all the information that the lady shared with us. And let's go out and see if we can put some of those remedies together ourselves, and we can put them into practice, especially with this winter coming up, and that we can be geared for any bugs or anything that we come across. So thank you guys for sharing all that wonderful information with us today. And then this time next week, we need to be on 7 lemons, yes? So let's try and work our way up to 7 lemons this time next week, that we can then give our feedback on how we've got those lemons into our bodies and how we're feeling, but then also to take Jonathan's advice with regards to, you know, if you've got any kidney or liver issues, just to make sure that you possibly look at doing a detox or whatever. Speak to Jonathan about that, reach out to the group about that before actually embarking on all those lemons. But if you are healthy and you looking after yourself and you are on a decent diet, then let's see how we get on when we all come together again.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just to say, Brent, before we go, we are having a full 1 week program that starts tomorrow at 7 o'clock UK time. It won't be on this platform, it will be on a different platform, but we are guest speakers on there, so we'll be actually hosting the program, but it's at the invitation of you know, another platform. At this time, I'd just like ask Shirlene to tell you guys some of the things that we'll be covering, starting from tomorrow.
Hello everyone. So tomorrow, every night will be a health nugget, and every night will be a challenge regarding the health nugget. And then we have tomorrow's diabetes, fact or fiction. And then we have digging your grave with your teeth as topic. None of these, the Heavenly Sanctuary and diet, even last day events and diet, and 8 laws of health as well. Oh, and pills, thrills, and bellyache.
So that program starts tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and it will run all the way until next week, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, and look out for myself there. I'll be going over my slaps, and I'll be getting a slot next week. So I look forward to showing you guys more about the slaps and benefit from that. Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for attending the program today. And if there's not anything else from Jonathan's side, then we've come to just over 5 o'clock now, so just over 2 hours.
Brent, just before we go, I see a hand, and I wouldn't like to go and don't acknowledge this person, Paul. So Paul, we'll have you the last person to ask your question.
Louis. Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it, John Doe. Just a quick question. I just used your link and I just joined the WhatsApp group, and I just wanted to put it out there to you. It would be advisable if you move the WhatsApp group to Telegram. And the reason why that is because when you move stuff onto Telegram and then new people join the group, they can see previous discussions and documents that were actually downloaded. But with WhatsApp, there's a restriction there. You can't do that. So that's something to consider going forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for that advice. We'll look into it. We'll discuss it as a team and take it from there. What about the capacity of the participants?
It's much more than WhatsApp. You can have 20,000.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's
I'm actually, let me tell you, I actually just arrived back into the UK. I'm from Jamaica. I was born in the UK, raised in Jamaica, but I've been living in Nigeria, and I've been working with ADRA, and I came back because of COVID-19. So I'm back here now for good. So I'm really looking forward to the group and to the brothers and sisters on this group. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Good. Okay, guys. Well, thanks. Have a good afternoon further. Have a good week, and we'll catch up same time next week then, yes?
So you can.
Thank you. Thanks, ladies. Thanks for all your valuable information you shared today.
Thank you.
So guys, we'll post on the different WhatsApp group for the link for the program tomorrow. As we said, it's not a TTI, it's not on TTI platform, so we will post the link So if you want to join, you can join us.
Brilliant.
So thank you everyone for joining us. You can unmute and you can say your goodbyes and
Thank
wave
you.
and tell us where you're from. If you're from, I don't know, if
Canada.
He's from the furthest.
Wolverhampton.